And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Official test start time, 2 minutes. As you all know, 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each, 5 words per sentence, 5 computer spaces in between, 5 revisions. You can use your hyper-scientific. You can use any type of artificial intelligence, Siri, Sarah, Alexa, ChatGPT, Copilot, Grok, DeepSeek R1, Gemini, or any combination thereof, but you must show the work. If you don't show the work, I'm going to assume that all you did was use technology and you will get zero credit for it. Um, I'm gonna pay for my thing. I'll be right back. But you guys will be tuned in. This is one of the best parts right here. So small coffee, have to cut down. I'm diabetic. I want to get a medium one, but not. You know what I mean? Not today. Give me one quick second. I have to take this so I can pay at the register. If you have the app, you can put the order on the app, and if you have to pay cash, you can pay cash. So, right, let's go. Um, 127 is the owner's table. Give me one quick second.
Yes, we go 247. I'm going to be right here taking some. Oh, man, please have a cup of water. Right? Thank you so much.
Ay, coño. Wasn't that cool? All right. So here we go. Let me adjust everything. Give me one second. Let me start the network. Sometimes you have to do this more than once. Now I'm gonna cut this one because now I'm on Pro Tools. You know what I mean? So because I'm on Pro Tools, I can listen to a very very high quality standard. You know what I mean? Yesterday I played one of my classic albums. All my albums are classic, but it was very unique. You know, it really brought me back to a moment. You know, I studied it. I learned a lot from it. Very good album. Let me see how much time this takes. And I can adjust this. This loads. You already know. So please open up your Baja app. We're gonna start with commodities. Let's see what's going on internationally. Those are our primary markets. Specifically the Asias. Europe, Middle East, the Caribbean, South America, Canada. All the big places. Australia, New Zealand, Tasmania. You know, European Union. Um, what's another big market over there? Portugal, India. Yo, thank you so much. Peace and blessings, man. God bless you so much. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? That's very important. You know what I mean? Mm, Start with commodities. This is taking forever. What the heck is this? We have to put in a trade right now. Would be a problem. Markets is down right now. What the heck is this? All right, let's restart this. While that loads, open up your hyper scientific, zero it out. We still have the modules from the finals on your portable simulator. Um, we're gonna go back to, I think, calculus, if I'm not mistaken. Um, you guys already finished linear algebra, so yeah, this is cool. Yeah, let's go back to calculus. We're gonna do chapters 1 and 2. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's go to Dominican newspapers. We're gonna go back to Listín Diario. Go to this way we could take the test backwards and we could get this module out the way. Give me one quick second. I got my Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's on. You know what I'm saying? Game one too. Hey, whatchamacallit? Uh, go to Salud, which is health. Then you can branch off to Tecnología. Let's go Tecnología, which is technology. Um, OpenAI, Infinity, videos coming up. Okay, we're gonna do inteligencia artificial, which is artificial intelligence. Um, go to Google News. Let's go technology. Today's article is brought to you by WCCF Tech. So for any more information, please log on to WCCFTech.com or dash.com. .cdnamproject.org. And today's article, oh, this is my dog, Omar. Yo, he is the illest writer. Yo, writer of the month, Omar Sohail. Yo, he's the illest, yo. He's the illest. Let's give him his profile. Hold up. Gotta wait for this to load. So shout out to you. To give everybody their props, you know what I'm saying? Right? Here we go. Omar Sohail is a reporter and analyst for WCCF Tech's mobile section, specializing in the technology and business of the mobile industry. His expertise lies in the intricate hardware supply chain. Tell me he's not the illest, yo. He's the only business-minded individual in that industry, covering developments in semiconductor manufacturing, chip lithography, and camera sensor technology. So, really, what makes your smart devices what they really are. Um, Let me see. Go to your marketplace. Type in Brian Tracy. Open up your 21 Secrets of Success. Let's pick an excellent one today. Today we're going to do it differently. Today I'm going to think about a concept, and this is success secret number one. Monopoly is going on right now at every McDonald's. Make sure you guys go to McDonald's. You could be the next winner. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? We even offer VIP table service. Can you believe that? All right, here we go. Success secret number one: dream big dreams. Dream big dreams. Only big dreams have the power to move the world's souls. Marcus Aurelius. The first secret of self made millionaires is simple: dream big dreams. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to imagine and fantasize about the kind of life you would like to live. Think about the amount of money you would like to earn and have in your bank account. All great men and women begin with a dream of something wonderful and different from what they have today. You know the song that says you have to have a dream? If you want to make a dream come true, it's true for you and for everyone else as well. Imagine that you have no limitations on what you can be, have, or do in life just for the moment. Imagine you have all the time, all the money, all the education, all the experience, all the friends, and the contacts. Thank you, my love. You are the secret to my success. Once again, thank you so much. Imagine that you have all the time, all the money, all the education, all the experience, all the friends, all the contacts, all the resources, and everything else you need to achieve anything you want in life. If your potential were completely unlimited, what kind of life would you want to create for yourself and your family? Practice back from the future thinking. This is a powerful technique practiced continually by hyper performing men and women. This way of thinking has an amazing effect on your mind and on your behavior. Here is how it works: project yourself forward 5 years. Imagine that 5 years have passed and that your life is now perfect in every respect. What does it look like? What are you doing? Where are you working? How much money are you earning? How much do you have in the bank? What kind of a lifestyle do you have? Create a vision for yourself for the long term future. The more clear your vision of health, happiness, and prosperity, the faster you move towards it and the faster it moves you. When you create a clear mental picture of where you are going in life, you become more positive, more motivated, and more determined to make it a reality. You trigger your natural creativity and come up with idea after idea to help make your vision come true. You always tend to move in the direction of your dominant dreams. Imagine and visions. The very act of allowing yourself to dream big dreams actually raises your self esteem and causes you to like and respect yourself more. It improves your self concept and increases your level of self confidence. It increases your personal level of self respect and happiness. There is something about dreams and visions that is exciting and that stimulates you to do and be better than you ever have before. Here is a great question for you to ask and answer over and over again. What one thing would I dare to dream if I knew I could not fail? If you were absolutely guaranteed of success in any one goal in life, large or small, short term or long term, what would it be? What one great goal would you dare to dream if you knew you could not fail? Whatever it is, write it down and begin imagining that you have achieved this one great goal already. Then look back to where you are today. What would you have done to get where you want to go? What steps would you have taken? What would you have changed in your life? What would you have started up or abandoned? Who would you be with? What would you no longer be with? If your life were perfect in every way, what would it look like? Whatever it is that you would do differently, take the first step today. Dreaming big dreams is the starting point of achieving your goal of financial independence. The number one reason that people never succeed financially is because it never occurs to them that they can do it. As a result, they never try. They never get started. They continue to go around in financial circles, spending everything they earn and a little bit more besides. But when you begin to dream big dreams about financial success, you begin to change the way you see yourself and your life. You begin to do different things bit by bit, gradually, until the whole direction of your life changes for the better. Dreaming big dreams is the starting point of financial success and becoming a self made trillionaire. Action exercise. Make a list of everything you would do or attempt if you were absolutely guaranteed of success. Then decide upon one specific action and do it immediately. Now, isn't that an amazing way to start the day, yo? Let's get a quick prayer and thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings in our lives. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings in our lives. We worry not about what we don't have because we're in the process of getting it. And in that journey, everything we do is in your name. Amen? Amen. Okay. So, moving forward, right? Sabbatical began yesterday. Um, Let us continue. So, I guess we could close that off. We can go directly into the markets. Let's see if the markets are back up. Yeah, markets are back. Let's go, baby. All right, here we go. Everybody get ready. Official test start time. Module 1, 2 minutes. Gold in the red 0.102%, 4,084.44 at time of recording. Silver in the red 1.30%, 1.31%, $48.26. Platinum in the red 1.5553%, 1,613 and 78. Palladium in the red 2.39%, 1,413 and 6. Copper 3M in the Green Ranger 0.37%, 10,663 even. Wow. Okay, let's go. Chocolate, pallet of chocolate up 1% in the Green Ranger 6,389. Coffee in the Red Ranger 3.26%, $410.15 a pallet. Orange juice up 11.37%, $195.90 a pallet. I'm telling you, $15 for a gallon of orange juice is coming. You know where you heard it first. Let's go to currencies very quickly. Let's do your top 20. Athena, USDE, Hedera, Hyperliquid, Chainlink, Stellar Lumens, USD Coin, Cardano, Tether, Unis, SEDLEO, Avalanche, Binance Coin, XRP, Ripple, Never, Solana, Tron, Sui, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Dogecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Bitcoin stands in the green 1.16%, 113,384 and 125 of a penny. Ethereum stands in the green 2.99%, 3,974 and 1,731 of a penny. Tron stands in the red 0.58%, 0.31 cents, 2,001 hundredths of a penny. Like that. All right, let's go. Um, Nothing going on here. Let's go. Okay. This is as of the 23rd. Anthropic unveils landmark Google Cloud expansion. There's other news, but it's political. We're only doing financial. Okay. Anthropic unveils landmark Google Cloud expansion. Anthropic announced a massive expansion of its partnership with Google Cloud on Thursday, securing access to up to 1 million tensor processing units (TPUs) in a deal worth tens of billions of dollars. The move marks Anthropic's largest TPU development to date and will provide over a gigawatt of capacity coming online 2026. Remember the deal that NVIDIA closed with Dominican Republic, 200,000 workers. We're going to see how many servers and how many gigawatts is the size of that factory, because based on the size of the gigawatts, we know what the projection is going to be on that investment. So we'll have a meeting immediately after this. Um, I have to go to the yacht club first, but then we'll have a meeting after that. And I'm going to drive one of my cars. Okay, significantly boosting its compute power for AI research and the development of future Claude models. McLaren's is in today too. We're going to check the market, so we're going to drive McLaren's today. Google Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian said the decision reflects the strong high performance and efficiency of TPUs, citing ongoing innovation across its AI accelerator lineup, including the 7th generation Ironwood chip. Alphabet C stands in the green 0.48%, $253.73 per share. Alphabet A stands in the green 0.55%, $253.08 per share. Think about every Christmas gift and compare it to the price of one of those shares. Okay, Intel books Q3 revenue of 13.7 billion. Intel Corporation announced on Thursday that its revenue in the third quarter of fiscal 2025 came in at 13.7 billion, up 3% year over year. In the reported 3-month period, net income stood at 4.1 billion, significantly up from a net loss of 16.6 billion registered in the same time frame a year ago. Diluted earnings per share in the third trimester amounted to 0.90%, up from a loss per share of 3.88 recorded in the same time period in 2024. In the fourth quarter, the company seeds its revenue between 12.8 billion and 13.8 billion, with loss per share expected to be at 0.14. Our Q3 results reflect improved execution and steady progress against our strategic priorities. AI is accelerating demand for compute and creating, hello, good morning, attractive opportunities across our portfolio, including our core x86 platforms. New efforts in purpose-built ASICs and accelerators. Yo, shout out to Bitmain and accelerators and foundry services. CEO Lip Butan said Intel stock jumped 6.24% in the after-hours trading following the report. Intel Corporation stands in the green, 3.36%, $38.16 a share. Very good buy. Nvidia partners, yo, hold up. This is going to all the business partners right now. First of all, let me send this to my office first, so corporate gets it first. Give me one quick second. Everybody go on your LinkedIn. I'm gonna send the link over there. Oh my God, what a way to start the day. Here we go. Another home run. Another home run, yo. Oh, you know what? We're doing the marketing campaign. We can't send it to you. Damn, kid. Another home run, yo. Let me send this to the entire company, yo. Another home run, yo. Another home run. Unbelievable, yo. Unbelievable. Hold on, I have to. Damn. Um, this is another home run, yo. Another home run. Unbelievable. Yo, that's like 3 grand slams in a row right there. Okay. Hold on. I gotta breathe. I need a moment right now. Give me one quick second. We just hit another grand slam, yo. Nvidia partners. Hold up. Let me before I even hold up. Okay, I gotta send this to my students too. Hold up. Veed, I'm sending this to the Middle East, to Africa, India. Um, yo, if that's not the best news I've heard so far today, shout out to all my loved ones, all my family members, all my friends, my colleagues, my business partners, my clients, my customers, all industries, all trades, all products, all services, all investments, all portfolios, the entire company, my fans, everybody that I love. All praises to God first and foremost. Now I'm gonna have to do this because this is what happens when you own the company, right? This is my responsibility. And we need to forward our meeting. This is a home run right here. We're gonna have a complete breakdown of this and what this has done. The entire company got the briefing, and I put everything on executive talk. So we're gonna judge as a company what their reaction is gonna be. But start reading into it and look into it. I send you the one for Dominican Republic if I'm not sure, but I'm gonna send it to you right now just to make sure you have it. Wakanda forever. Give me one quick second because I'm gonna have to look for it. I'm gonna have to look for it the long way because yeah, let me send it. Let me send it right now. All right, V, you're gonna be in charge. Executive talk. Um, yo, they not ready, yo. I want to look at. Oh, look how it looks on executive talk. Look, the whole company got it like that. And this is, you know, which agreement was reached first. Let me see if we can. I'm gonna have to. Because you know what? I wasn't thinking about the marketing campaign was rolled out already a few days ago. So we are going to increase it from 72 days to 144 days. And we'll just keep it going until, which I explained to Patrick, I explained to everybody of Valuetainment. I told everybody in the night, I'm going to figure it out. And it's only going to, you know, but I'm having a problem with this connection. This is taking way too long. I'm trying to put trades in right now and diversify different investments. I'm being slowed down. Let me see if this will work. Because that way I can use my own. I try to save it. Wow, what a blessing, man. What a blessing. We really need to take a moment to reflect right now. It is definitely a moment of reflection. It's definitely a moment of prayer. So let me see. Let's open this back up. There we go. Much better. Now we need to mm, oh, we could do. We could send we could just change the marketing campaign and just change the layout because either way the uh the prices are gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Which is the most important thing. Give me one quick second. This is why we only um do business in Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like this way we could just make it fast. So let's just put that out there. Um, okay, so for that part, but how else could I do? Trying to think. Oh, okay, I see. Give me one quick second. Because this way, select probably more than one, and I'm trying to think if I'll be able to do it like this. Let's see. Um, that one is a good one. Ah, there goes me. Africa's online, baby. Wakanda's online. Oh, okay. All right, cool. I won't let her see it, but um, okay, that's me. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So let me see. How else would I be able to do this? Maybe if I do one at a time. Yeah, I could do one at a time.
was like, I got right there. I was
All right. This is send it to read. Um. Oh, I forgot. You know what? This has to be done completely different. Give me one quick second. Almost. Could it be there? I think it is now. Okay. That's gonna be excellent. Yo, shout out to TMP. You know. I guess TMP too. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's exactly what this is. That's what's up, yo. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it. Um, yo, I apologize. We had to like stop the whole everything. Yes, indeed. Um. Oh, wait a minute. Because that's what I'm saying. You have to do this in a specific way. You know what I mean?
Okay, thank you. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Much better. Sorry, I had to attend to a few investments really quickly. I got a collaboration I need to turn in. I'm waiting on the microphone. But you know what? Let's see. This way.
They don't want to sit there on it.
Oh, there you are. 2 hours later. Okay.
Nice helmet.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Oh, it is. According to my doctor.
Once you start the marketing campaigns and the rollouts, there's no. I have to complete it. You know what I mean?
Well, at least stay there 6 months.
I never thought
I do it complete.
No, I don't. I never thought.
And I gotta cast that. Put this for company conventions coming up. Think about how many conventions you've been part of as far as the company. You know?
I never saw the doctor.
Mauricio, you wanted to be famous, right? My gift to you. You could keep all the fame, Mauricio. Not interested. It's all yours. It's better if you're more famous than me, so I could just chill with my grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Shall we continue? Let us continue. So, just as an added bonus, we're gonna break that down. I don't even know how much time it took to do the whole marketing campaign, but it's all there. Shout out to V, shout out to Mauricio, shout out to TMP, Vayner Media, Gary Vaynerchuk, Patrick Bet David, the Patrick Bet David podcast, Valuetainment Consulting, Connect, all of our business partner subsidiaries, everybody in Florida, everybody in technology. And for all the technology companies, come to Florida. We want to do business with you. We understand the technology. We're at the forefront. You know this is the mecca of technology, so we welcome your business. All we want to talk about is technology. So this is as of the 22nd. This is 48 hours ago, right? NVIDIA signs AI partnership with Dominican Republic. Hold on. Let me see if I sent the link. Let me see if I did. I send the link. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me send the other hyperlink so that everybody can have it. Nobody can find it. One quick second. This.
Oh, golly. Oh, my God. Players, some players and coaches manipulating the game and making millions of dollars. It's weird.
Alright, so everybody has even the new link, right? This is part of the celebration. It's been 2 days. Finally got that leak fixed, which was my concern. There have been some storms. I wanted to make sure that was safe. Everything is technology. Everything is electronics. You know what I mean? Here we go. NVIDIA signs with Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic's Ministry of Industry, Commerce, and MSMEs, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, which is exactly what we are, announced on Wednesday that it signed a partnership agreement with NVIDIA Corporation to establish the Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence, CEIA, aiming Caribbean nation or regional hub for according to the ministry. The memorandum of understanding with the American tech giant represents a part of the country's national AI strategy, ENIA, ENIA. And think about Only Time, the Enya song from the United Kingdom artist. You know what I'm saying? And it will include training over 1,000 professionals through the AI Academy in collaboration with NVIDIA's Deep Learning Institute by 2026. Building, building a national AI factory and speeding up the process of AI adoption in several fields, including healthcare, education, and finance. The CEIA will be a meeting point between government, academia, and the private sector, which we are in academia and the private sector. A laboratory where the Dominican Republic will demonstrate that it doesn't just consume technology, but creates it. Creates it. Atlantis, baby. We're here. Okay. Um, we are planting the roots of an intelligent, innovative, and sovereign nation, Dominican President Luis Abinader said. NVIDIA Corporation stands in the green 1.04%, $182.16 a share. It doesn't get any better than that. Give me one quick second. Okay, this is coming. Okay, we have an additional module that we did not do. So let's go over it. As of the 22nd, General Motors to roll out eyes off driving. Google AI by 2028. So they're still 3 years away. General Motors announced on Wednesday during the General Motors Forward software event that it will introduce a new generation of in-vehicle technologies by 2028, including a Google-powered AI assistant and a driver assistance system capable of operating without human supervision. The company, while reducing its electric vehicle output, reaffirmed its commitment to innovation in automation and software-defined vehicles. Hold on. One last thing. Totally forgot about this. Let's take it from the top because I still have to finish part of the marketing campaign. There's one more thing. Hold up. Mm, This takes a second. Um,
You don't leave it hanging on the bike, huh? $800.
yeah.
Wow. Show it, yeah.
Right, my clients.
A ride, right? Another one is the ARAI.
We'll get back to it as we progress. So, and again, shout out to you, Mauricio Ruiz, and the entire Managers Playbook. Shout out to Jesse Reyes. Very soon we'll have many albums together. General Motors to roll out eyes off driving Google AI by 2028. General Motors announced on Wednesday during the General Motors Justice Week. Sorry about that. General Motors announced on Wednesday during the GM Forward software event that it will introduce a new generation of in-vehicle technologies by 2028, including a Google-powered AI assistant and a driver assistance system capable of operating without human supervision. The company, while reducing its electric vehicle output, reaffirmed its commitment to innovation in automation and software-defined vehicles. CEO Mary Barra said the upgrades to appear in Cadillac and Chevrolet models represent the next chapter for the automaker. GM's upcoming Level 3 system will enable hands-free driving across roughly 600,000 miles of mapped highways, supported by advanced perception and decision-making tools. The feature will debut in the Cadillac Escalade IQ. Executives declined to share revenue projections but emphasized GM's long-term focus on smart, connected mobility. General Motors Company stands in the red 0.68%, $66.85 a share. Give me one quick second now. Did we go Stargate? Let's go over Stargate, the data center. As of the 22nd, 1624, global time. OpenAI, Oracle, to invest in 15 billion Stargate data center. OpenAI, Oracle, and Vantage Data Centers announced plans on Wednesday to build a major data center campus outside Milwaukee, Wisconsin, as part of their expanding Stargate initiative. Vantage's $15 billion project, dubbed Lighthouse, will include 4 state-of-the-art centers, providing nearly a gigawatt of AI capacity. Construction will begin soon and finish in 2028. Vantage said the site will rely on zero emission and water positive operations and contribute about 2.7 billion to the regional GDP. Over 4,000 skilled construction jobs will be created, along with more than 1,000 permanent positions once completed. The Wisconsin complex represents the Midwest hub of OpenAI and Oracle's 4.5 gigawatt Stargate data expansion aimed at supporting next generation AI infrastructure. So, for example, this Stargate facility for OpenAI is 4.5 gigawatts. The one in Dominican Republic is going to give us the measure of the capacity, how big the investment is, and how big the opportunity is. Um, Anything above 2.25 gigawatts is going to be a grand slam. Oh, but look at this. Rivian may cut 600 jobs. Rivian Automotive Incorporated will lay off over 600 employees, about 4% of its workforce. So do the math. What's 100%? That'll be for extra credit. To cut costs amid declining demand for electric vehicles, the Wall Street Journal reported on Thursday. The move follows a smaller round of layoffs last month as the company prepares to launch its lower cost R2 SUV in 2026, expected to start around 45,000. That's going to be a good deal. So you could tell that's like a 15% increase, which is what they're anticipating for inflation for what it is to be or what they're projecting is going to be. The media outlets said the United States EV market has weakened following policy changes, including the removal of a 7,500 federal tax credit. So half of the value of that 15% increase is offset by the actual federal tax credit. If they take that away, they're going to have to add that to the price because of the materials to make the batteries, the electric batteries. They're also going to be paying tariffs on those. So I'm going to predict it's going to be a little bit higher than that. And that's just for a base model, which has affected Rivian's revenue from compliance credits by roughly 100 million. So they're paying a $100 million penalty. Despite a 32% rise in third quarter sales to 13,201 vehicles, Rivian narrowed its full-year delivery forecast to 41,500, 43,500 units. Rivian Automotive Incorporated stands in the green 1.32%, $13.09 at time of publishing. Supermicro sinks nearly 8% on weak Q1 outlook. Mauricio Ruiz almost lost 8%. He lost 7.75%. Supermicro Incorporated shares fell almost 8% on Thursday after the company projected first quarter fiscal 2026 revenue of 5 billion, below its earlier guidance of 6 billion to 7 billion. The server maker said several design upgrades shifted expected revenue to the second quarter, though demand remains strong for its AI and liquid cooled systems. Supermicro is seeking and seeing outstanding levels of customer engagements for newly released AI liquid cooled solutions, along with numerous key customers ramping large multi-quarter volume deployments. We as a company are focused on multi-quarter volume deployments. We see customer demand accelerating, and we are gaining AI share, reiterating revenue of at least 33 billion for fiscal year 2026, with the expectation of delivering more. Supermicro President and CEO Charles Liang noted. So this is telling you their market projection right here. They're saying 33 billion by 2026. What is the percentage increase in a 1 year time frame? This is an amazing investment. Home run grand slam out the park in Bye, 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 bye. The company will report official first quarter results and share further updates on November 4th. So we have to wait for the quarterly statements, November 4th. Please write that down in your calendars. Okay. The company's stock gained 7.81% to 48.40 apiece at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Super Micro Computer Incorporated stands in the red 0.72%, $47.92. United Kingdom court rules against Apple in lawsuit. The United Kingdom's Competition Appeal Tribunal ruled against Apple on Thursday in a mass lawsuit which accused the tech giant of excessive and unfair commissions. Apple is dominant in the iOS app distribution services and the iOS in-app payment services markets, having near absolute market power in both. The United Kingdom court said, adding that the company infringed the competition law and abused its dominant position in the market. Apple will have to pay class action damages to consumers. The collective lawsuit, valued at around 1.5 billion euros, was brought up on behalf of 20 million iPhone and iPad users in the UK. So, for extra credit, how much refunds are each consumer going to receive? Okay. Apple Incorporated in the green 0.44%, 259.58. Copilot, Microsoft as of the 23rd revamps Copilot with human-centered AI. Microsoft rolled out its Copilot 4 release on Thursday, introducing new features designed to make artificial intelligence more personal, useful, and human-centered, according to Microsoft in AI CEO Mustafa Suleiman. The update includes long-term memory, shared group chats, and connectors that link Copilot to Gmail, Google Drive, and Outlook. It also debuts Michael, a visual AI companion meant to bring warmth and expressions to conversations. This release is a milestone for what AI can deliver. Copilot now connects you to yourself, to others, and to the tools you use every day. Soliman said, adding that the new tool is capable of bringing people together in shared chats, helping users to learn with voice and visuals, and shows up with warmth, personality, and even an appearance. Microsoft Corporation is even $520.56 a share. Binance founder thanks Trump for pardon. Binance founder and former CEO Changpeng Zhao thanked United States President Donald Trump in a brief message on X on Thursday after receiving a presidential pardon. He said he was deeply grateful for the decision and praised Trump for upholding America's commitment to fairness, innovation, and justice. Zhao added that he would keep working to boost United States crypto leadership, make the country the capital of crypto, and promote Web3 globally. He hinted that more reactions would follow, writing that he was still in flight but would share additional posts soon. Earlier, the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump had pardoned Zhao, citing sources familiar with the matter. The former Binance chief was sentenced to 4 months in prison last year after pleading guilty to a money laundering charge and was released in September 2024. Earlier this year, he reportedly requested a pardon but denied having direct dealings with Trump or his family. OpenAI, as of the 23rd, buys startup focused on AI interfaces for Mac. OpenAI's announced on Thursday the acquisition of Software Applications Incorporated, a startup behind Sky, an AI interface designed for Mac OS. The move aims to bring Sky's contextual understanding and system level integration into ChatGPT, allowing the assistant to interact more naturally with users' daily tools. All Sky team members will join OpenAI. We're building a future where ChatGPT doesn't just respond to your prompts, it helps you get things done. Sky's deep integration with the Mac accelerates our vision of bringing AI directly into the tools people use every day. OpenAI's VP and head of ChatGPT, Nick Turley, said Ari Weinstein, Sky's co founder and CEO, added that the goal was always or has always been to make computers more intuitive and supportive of creativity. The acquisition was approved by OpenAI's independent board of committees. And here we go. This is the moment you all been waiting for because I sure have been at the edge of my seat. Give me 1 second. This is the place to be. NVIDIA partners with Uber on self-driving vehicles. Shout out to NVIDIA. As you know, I'm one of the engineers, one of our business partners, our greatest and most strategic business partner as far as hardware. NVIDIA Corporation announced on Thursday that it is partnering with Uber Technologies Incorporated on the development of autonomous vehicles. God just gave me the idea on the rollout for the sound systems and for Radarplex. Wow. Thank you, Heavenly Father. What a breakthrough. You guys just witnessed a miracle. The tech giant announced that it will leverage data from Uber's driving scenarios, including airport pickups, complex intersections, and changing weather, to train its Cosmos World Foundation models, enhancing their realism and safety. The two companies collaborated to develop a system and workflow for creating post-trained Cosmos AV models by utilizing open post-training scripts to merge NVIDIA's Open Cosmos and Cosmos-AV models with Uber's multi-view driving data. Think about Azra, baby. Oh man, what you know about Azra? I just happen to be the designer and the owner of the entire design. Let's go. The collaboration, or this collaboration, will enable us to index millions of miles of Uber driving data through Cosmos Dataset Search, providing AV developers with powerful data search and semantic search interfaces to discover interesting long tail scenarios NVIDIA said in the white paper. Think about what this is going to do for business. Amazing. Uber Technologies Incorporated stands in the green 2.60%, $94.61 at time of recording. NVIDIA Corporation stands in the green 1.04%, as we noted 182.16. Yo, that is one for the record. That's one for the history books. Okay, let's continue with technology. SpaceX, which you know Starlink is also in Dominican Republic. So shout out to you, Elon Musk. You know, we battled it out in the Air Force and the Space Force. Now we're business partners, so we work well together. Let's continue to work well together. So shout out to you, Elon Musk. SpaceX launches Spain satellite NG2 mission. Holla. SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 rocket carrying the SpainSat next generation NG2 satellite, the second of two geostationary satellites operated by Spain-based Hidesat. Shout out to Spain. We got a tour. Tour's coming. Boom Boom Promotions, Boom Boom Productions. Shout out to Alafoque. Shout out to DJ Naveen, DJ Topo, everybody. Party as soon as I get over there. All right, the rocket's first stage kicked off on its 21st and final mission. The SpaceX, no, with SpaceX saying the booster's expendability in today's launch stems from the additional performance required to deliver this payload to orbit. And we got the jetpacks coming, baby. We got the jetpacks coming. Y'all not ready, yo. The jetpacks are gonna be crazy, Tony, crazy. Okay. Um, Shout out to St. Patrick's Space Force Base. You heard me. Shout out to Nellis Air Force Base. Of course, Point Magoo. Let's see. Oh, okay, the rocket's first stage kicked off on its 21st and final mission, with SpaceX saying the booster's expandability in today's launch stems from the additional performance required to deliver this payload to orbit. So I say it could have done 30 something missions or maybe even 40, but 21 is a good cutoff. Okay, the deployment of the SpainSat NG2 satellite into geosynchronous transfer orbit is scheduled to take place 35 minutes after launch. The satellite will then maneuver itself into geostationary orbit. The first SpainSat NG satellite was launched back in early January of this year on another Falcon 9 rocket. So for extra credit, we could do a module. Find the module, find the dates. It was, let me see, January of this year, and you guys will get extra credit. Up to 25 points. Let me see, I'll give you 5 points per revision. All right. As of the 24th, which is today, okay, European Union finds Meta, TikTok breach Digital Services Act. The European Commission's preliminary investigation found that Meta and TikTok violated the European Union's Digital Services Act. The Commission announced in a press release on Friday. According to the European Union, Meta's Instagram and Facebook failed to provide their users with a mechanism that would flag illegal content. Furthermore, the Commission concluded that the social media apps did not offer an opportunity for users to effectively challenge content moderation decisions. Oh, this is for content creators. You know how they're always trying to flag stuff. You got to put it in the title, the description, the intro, because if not, they'll copyright strike your thing. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok were also suspected of having placed burdensome procedures for researchers to request access to public data. So that means they didn't want to hire staff and they wanted you to do everything through their system, their automated emails. You're not even talking to a real person, which is, again, the AI debate is solved right there. This EU, this, the EU said, the European Union said, hinders their ability to investigate potentially harmful behavior, especially regarding minors. The tech companies can respond to the Commission's findings in writing and take steps to remedy the breaches. If the preliminary findings are confirmed, the EU could impose a fine of up to 6% of the total worldwide annual turnover of the provider. So, you know what 6% of a company this size? That's amazing. Meta Platform stands in the green, 0.08%, $734 even a share. Wow. That's the most expensive stock I've come across for today. So let's go to Listing Diario, go to Salud, then go to Tecnología, then go to Inteligencia Artificial. In one quick second. All right. This way we can make a little bit more room. All right. OpenAI compra millones de chips sin tener los medios en una apuesta por el futuro. Necesitarán cientos de miles de millones de dólares para cumplir con sus obligaciones. Resume Gil Luria de la empresa de asesoría financiera de Bora Davidson. OpenAI ha firmado acuerdos que involucran enormes inversiones en centros de datos y chips de inteligencia artificial con otras empresas estadounidenses. Agencia AFP, Nueva York, Estados Unidos. En la vertiginosa carrera por la inteligencia artificial, OpenAI realiza pedidos de chips por cientos de miles de millones de dólares, montos que no se corresponden con sus ingresos actuales y que preocupan a parte de los inversores. En menos de un mes, el creador de ChatGPT se ha comprometido con NVIDIA, AMD y Broadcom a adquirir procesadores de una potencia de 26 gigawatts, 26 gigawatts, yo. So that's the size of that company. So again, the Dominican Republic has to come in at over 5.40%, something like that. Okay. Lo que representa en total al menos 10 millones de unidades y que requiere una producción eléctrica de más de una veintena de reactores nucleares. So that's like 20 nuclear reactors right there. Necesitarán cientos de miles de millones de dólares para cumplir con sus obligaciones, resume Gil Luria, de la empresa de asesoría financiera D.A. Davidson. Pero OpenAI solo prevé generar alrededor de 13 mil millones de dólares en ingresos en 2024. Pierde decenas de miles de millones cada año y no espera ser rentable antes de 2029. So they're losing money, they're diversifying Dominican Republic, and they're projecting a 4-year run before they could be profitable. So we could multiply those 48 months times how many gigawatts and then gauge the investment to see what the growth is during that time frame. And then invest aggressively, like 100% bull market, you know what I mean? Consultado por la AFP, el grupo se negó a comentar sobre la financiación de esta compra frenética. En una entrevista con la cadena CNBC, el presidente de OpenAI, Greg Brockman, mencionó diferentes mecanismos sin dar más detalles. NVIDIA, AMD y Broadcom, también consultados por la AFP, no comentaron más sobre las modalidades de pago de estos procesadores esenciales para el desarrollo de la inteligencia artificial. So they got all this hardware, they have all these chips on a line of credit, which is smart. En el caso de NVIDIA, se ha comprometido a adquirir durante varios años 100 mil millones de dólares en acciones de OpenAI, una inyección de capital fresco que podría permitir a la estrella de la inteligencia artificial absorber parte del costo de los chips. So they're diversifying, they're using the stocks to buy all the hardware, which is also smart, same as diversifying physically through the chips. Este mecanismo suele calificarse como financiación circular en el que un proveedor ofrece los medios a un cliente para que le compre sus bienes o servicios. AMD, por su parte, aceptó otorgar títulos a su cliente, cuyo valor podría alcanzar decenas de miles de millones de dólares, una operación muy atípica, ya que no incluye ninguna contraprestación. Esto representa otra dinámica poco sana, apunta Luria, quien también destaca que AMD está desesperada por sacar sus chips de inteligencia artificial al mercado. El director de OpenAI, Sam Altman, tiene el poder de hundir la economía mundial durante una década o llevarnos a la tierra prometida, escribió el analista de Bernstein, Stacy Rasgon. Y en este momento no sabemos cuál de estas opciones está en las cartas. Hay un dilema. Levantar capital, especialmente de Nvidia, no será en absoluto suficiente para cubrir la factura, incluso con una valoración actual de 500 millones de dólares. So they're a small company, they're only worth around 500 million. So they're saying Nvidia could put up some of the money, but it's mostly going to be through lines of credit, which is why the tariffs and all these interest rates are affecting us because taxes are on the way. Por lo que principalmente tendrán que endeudarse, esta estima Luria. So she's already predicting that they're going to go into debt just to suffice this order, which is not, it's not a bad investment. I would, executive order, I would sign off on it. Okay. Algunos mencionan vehículos financieros ad hoc que podrían o pedirían prestadas las sumas necesarias. Algunos mencionan vehículos financieros ad hoc que pedirían prestadas las sumas necesarias ofreciendo los chips como garantía, una fórmula que usarán NVIDIA EXAI. So, Elon Musk is also invested, Twitter's invested, or X. Competidor de OpenAI en el marco de otra asociación, and their competitors, they're forced to work together in this market. La estrategia es aún más audaz, puesto que la startup compite con Google o Meta, so it's in competition with Google and Meta, que generan decenas de miles de millones de dólares en efectivo cada año y tiene un poderío completamente diferente. They generate billions of dollars, so they might as well share the revenue together. El término burbuja especulativa se menciona cada vez más en las últimas semanas, así como las comparaciones con las enormes inversiones en infraestructuras de Internet a finales de la década de 1990, especialmente en cables, desfasadas con el tráfico aún moderado para entonces. Parece un poco diferente. Esta vez sopesa Josh Lerner, profesor de finanzas en la Universidad de Harvard, porque está claro que hay una demanda muy real de inteligencia artificial en una variedad de contextos. Pese a las voces disonantes, Wall Street mantiene el rumbo por ahora y sigue apostando masivamente por las estrellas de la inteligencia artificial. ¿Cómo se equilibra tanto este tipo de potencial futuro con la naturaleza especulativa de muchos de los flujos de efectivo? Se pregunta Lerner. Es un verdadero dilema. Agencia AFP, contact@afp.com. Listín diario, República Dominicana, Santo Domingo. And let's rock and roll. Let's go, Omar. Mobile. M5 MacBook Pro single fan cooler. Unable to prevent thermal throttling. Chipset can reach 99 degrees Celsius when under load, but runs cooler than M4. Apple's shift towards its in-house chipsets means that machines like the M5 MacBook Pro would not have to deal with Intel processors overheating the moment you reach the home screen. But that does not mean the company does not continue to cut corners on cooling situations. The latest example comes from benchmarking the M5, and when the new system on chip is pushed a little hard, it can reach 99 degrees Celsius. Thankfully, it runs significantly cooler than the M4, concluding Apple has made those minor thermal adjustments while maintaining the same chassis. The M4 MacBook Pro effortlessly crosses the 100 degree Celsius threshold, while the M5 MacBook Pro keeps it under that thermal ceiling Despite both machines sporting the same cooler design, both the 14-inch M5 MacBook Pro and the 14-inch M4 MacBook Pro were pitted against one another in an in-depth video posted by YouTube channel Max Tech. While the M5 Pro and M5 Max models, which are reportedly arriving early next year, will likely be equipped with a dual fan cooling solution. Apple continues to incorporate its base versions with just a single fan and single heat pipe that helps to transfer heat, but looking at the results below, this solution is inefficient in keeping those temperatures down. When running Cinebench 2024, MaxTech found that this cooling solution could not keep up with the M5, but it should also be noted that this test pretty much pushes chipsets to their limit, meaning that if there's not a robust heatsink screwed to the laptop, it will most likely thermal throttle. Fortunately, the positive outcome from this test is that the M5 runs much cooler than the M4 while drawing slightly more power, despite both machines having the exact same cooling solution. Both models feature the exact same cooling solution. Image credits Max Tech. Looking at this behavior, we can come up with two possibilities. Either Apple has tweaked the fan to ramp up more aggressively in response to higher temperatures, or it has resorted to employing a superior thermal paste like the PTM 7950, which in several cases outperforms liquid metal. You can take a look at the image below along with the comparison detail. M4 temperatures when running Cinebench 2024 multi-core. Core average, number 1, 100.9 degrees Celsius. Core max, 114 degrees Celsius. Core minimum, 94 degrees Celsius. Package power, 18.4 watts. M5 temperatures when running Cinebench 2024 multi-core. Core average, 98.95 degrees Celsius. Core max, 99 degrees Celsius. Core minimum, 99 degrees Celsius. Package power, 21.81 watts. So 21 watts over 18.4. So do the math for extra credit. What's the difference? What, 1.6 plus 0.81? We're at 2.2 something, right? Considering that the MacBook Pro obtained a massive frame rate boost when running Cyberpunk 2077 with ray tracing enabled, it is impressive that a demanding game would probably have pushed those temperatures further since the CPU and GPU were working in unison. Still, the Apple Silicon kept pushing along. Assuming you already own a 14-inch M4 MacBook Pro and do not wish to upgrade to the M5 MacBook Pro, whose base model is currently listed for $1,584 even on Amazon.com for the space black finish, but want lower temperatures, you can invest in some PTM 7950. The large thermal pad can be purchased for $35.99 and can be utilized multiple times for successive applications. But you should know how to disassemble and assemble a MacBook Pro before proceeding. News source Max Tech. Thank you very much, Omar. Always an amazing job. And please log on to WCCFtech.com and thank you for sponsoring today's uh, class. Um, Let me see. Okay, let us continue. So let's continue and let's finish our module with the introduction to calculus because we finished linear algebra. Calculus is a classical branch of Mathematics. Dealing with the study of functions. A function is essentially a rule for association of one or more input variables with an output value. For instance, we might be interested in relating a decision, say how much to produce, to the business outcome, say profits. We have seen that this is needed, for instance, to figure out the best mix of products. Building a relationship linking managerial levers and the resulting outcome is essential in tackling any decision problem. In other cases, our aim is somewhat more instrumental. In statistical model building, we want to find a mathematical representation that yields the best fit between the empirically observed data and the predictions of the model. To accomplish this task, first we need to choose a functional form dependent on some unknown parameters, and then we must choose another function expressing the lack of fit, which in turn is related to prediction errors. Empirical model building calls for the minimization of such lack of fit in real life. We deal with functions of many variables, but in this chapter, we just deal with functions of one variable. An example, rules mapping one input value x to an output value y equals f over x parentheses. We may introduce all of the required concepts in this simplified setting. Later, precisely at the end of the next chapter, we will generalize to functions of multiple variables. Given a function, the first task that comes to our mind is plotting it in order to get an intuitive feeling for the relationship between x and y and to analyze the sensitivity of the output to variations in the input. So for our engineering students, typical questions are as follows. Here we go. Two for two. Incoming, inbound. How will a slight variation in interest rates affect an investment decision? How will a change unit or a change in unit, two variables, cost of some raw material affect total profit from manufacturing a product? Think about shrinkage, damage, etc. To deal with these important issues, we introduce a fundamental concept, the derivative of a function. The same concept is also essential in optimizing a function. An example, in finding decisions, maximizing profits or minimizing costs. Studying the related issues such as convexity and concavity of functions paves the way for later dealing with optimization models. We will also hint at some other important topics, such as sequences, series, and integral, even though our treatment will be quite brief and limited to what is really essential to understand a few topics. So think about digital marketing, digital promotion, rollouts, etc. Things that deal with any type of investment. Let's just use entertainment as an example. And you guys may write on each one of these. This is all the time that we have. We still have the four. Actually, no, we have like another 12 main modules to do for engineering, and that would be the beginning of chapters two. No, it will be chapters three and four. Other than that, have an amazing day today. May you conquer everything in your path. May everything that you touch turn into solid gold bars and beautiful and precious gemstones such as moissanite and laboratory grown diamonds. Always remember to dream big because dreams come true. It happened to me, and I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. Dreams come true. Tune in on the next one, right? You guys have the best teacher in the world. Holla at your boy, baby. Let's do it.